This is a third grade lesson spanning 2 weeks in April. The objective of this lesson is for students to create a digital feature article using collected research on a person who is a world changer. And some of the Georgia Standards of Excellence that this covers for language arts are for them to research and build off of the knowledge they already have by gathering information from digital and print sources while being able to write notes and put evidence into categories. It also addresses some of the ISTE standards. Students will be communicating and collaborating using digital media to support the learning of both themselves and others. Students will also be applying digital tools to evaluate, gather information, and they're going to be using critical thinking skills to conduct their research and be able to create their own projects using new digital resources and tools. Once students had conducted their research, they were shown an example of what a feature article could look like. This is the skeleton that we used as an example. This shows Amelia Earhart, and students were able to use a task card. So some things that were new and really important to them were how were they going to fill in each of the categories, which they were able to choose themselves. Also, we talked about spacing and how we could put a background picture that didn't distract from all of the great research that we had done. Next, I previewed with the students using Padlet what they thought a blog was. So these were some of their answers, and many of the kids knew that it was something online, and a lot of them identified either with a video or people talking about their own lives, but didn't really know what a blog was. So I posted this for the students to see, and we used ViewPure to take out the ads, and they were able to see an introduction of what blogging was. So once they had finished their feature articles, they are going to go onto this blog. So we previewed this blog together. This is going to be the class blog. And a downfall of this activity is that my students actually needed more time than I had thought to be able to post their final projects to this blog. So they have not yet been posted, but they will be posted soon. And a way that this lesson plan was differentiated was that students were able to get articles that were on their reading level. Also, some of the people that they were studying didn't have articles that were kid-friendly. So what we did is we printed the articles and then highlighted the language that we thought that they would understand, and then they would synthesize that information and be able to take notes on it themselves. We also had some students who had trouble with the bigger biographies, and so we gave them less information that they could use. We enriched them by allowing them to act as tech liaisons and help other students in the classroom. They also got to explore some other activities using Google Drawings, which they had never used before. So all of this was graded. Their final projects are going to be graded on this rubric. And it's going to be important, their spelling and also their research, which we spent a great deal of time making sure that they had enough research in order to start their projects. Also their presentation, which we talked a lot about the different features that it was going to need. So some of the troubleshooting that we talked about prior to this lesson, we looked at what would happen if the computers weren't working or if the wireless was down. And we were able to mark out different class periods that if we did have a problem or someone else needed the laptops, we were going to be able to use a different class period. Looking back, something that I wish I had realized was the differences in length of time that the research was going to take. Most of the students still need some more time to finish their feature articles because their research took longer than expected. Overall, a great lesson and more technology than most of these students have been using this year.